Yes, yes. Welcome back to the show. It's the FOH podcast. In the building.
Yeah.
Gotta wet my whistle. How y'all gentlemen doing tonight?
What's up?
What's up, chat? Welcome back. Welcome back. This is episode 5. And you know what today is?
Woo.
Motivation Monday.
The race is on!
We got some real motivational stuff, you know what I mean, that we gonna talk about a little bit. I don't know. You can call it how you want, but I figure whenever you have one of those run-ins, things get real hectic. And you don't know if you're gonna come out or not. And you survive. You know, what do they talk about, that little thin line? Some people call it a thrill. You know, in the ghetto, most people, you know, we call it everyday life. It's a blessing.
It is what it is.
But yeah, before we get into that on this motivational Monday, there's a few other things that we want to get into first. One of those things being part of our tradition here at the FOH podcast, which is to do what, Big Luck?
Throw somebody the fuck out.
Fuck out of here.
How rude. What's up, chat? Baby D say, hey, guys.
What's up, baby D?
What's up, baby D?
Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, always good to see a familiar face in the chat. You know, we've been doing this for a little minute now, but we're going to go ahead and get into it.
Yeah.
We ain't got a whole lot of time before somebody got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. How y'all feel about Mitch McConnell?
We need to get the fuck up out of here.
Fuck out of here.
We don't even know if
Mitch McConnell's house was vandalized the other day.
what does it mean?
We thought it was funny. He got a little graffiti on his porch.
What does it mean?
Hey, you know, it come with the job, right? You don't want to vote for nice shit for poor people, struggling people, rich people who are losing their wealth, and everybody in between. Everybody's in, you know, not everybody, but a lot of people are in desperate need. A lot of people that I know have fucking moved out of California. California ain't no place to play with when it come to, you know, living at a certain means. Goodness gracious.
Hey,
You
you know, AP, you know they consider Los Angeles the most dangerous city in the state.
Say what?
They consider Los Angeles the most dangerous city in the state.
Look at that. No, I'm not surprised. A lot of people have been in a position to become very dangerous. Like Dave Chappelle said on one of his stand-ups, you never come between a man and how he feeds his family. And right now, you know, that's what happens. That's a lot of that. That's how the Vietnam War started. You know, you go and do the history on it. You'll see that it had a lot to do with poor people being moved to where wealthy people lived. So you do what it takes. And California is kind of one of those places. It's not where wealthy people live, but people, you know, people kind of base everything off of your net worth.
Yeah.
Man. Baby D said, fuck out of here, Mitch the bitch. Sam said, fuck out of here. Facts. I mean, it's difficult. You put people in a position, it's kind of odd, right? That you have people in these positions that determine the laws and legislation and things like a stimulus. And they're rich and can't relate to 90% of the country.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they didn't get rich unless they, you know, did some hella illegal loophole shit half the time, or they were in a good position naturally. You know, people talk about pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, but you're talking about people who were practically born in the air, and you're supposed to grab your fucking socks and pull your feet up off the ground into the air and just be in the air. How the hell does that
or their bootstraps
work?
Or their bootstraps was already tied. You know, they was already tied and they already had a spoon in their mouth.
Right.
Facts. And so, you know, it's just kind of funny how this system works that way. And we are the government. We are the people. But oftentimes the people in the power want a smaller government, which sounds weird, right? When you recognize that we are the government and shit like that. You know, Sam says rich people let money make them ignorant. I think people play ignorant so that it all works out a whole lot better in the end for them. You know,
exactly.
We heard Mitt Romney and what he felt about the general population of the United States when his microphone was on and he wasn't aware. He said, shit, as far as he know, everybody's just lazy. But I remember even watching TMZ back in the days and, you know, seeing a lot of people that sat in the front and, you know, had their comments and shit. And, you know, they grew up with chauffeurs and shit like that as a kid, maids and butlers and shit like that. It's difficult to relate, you know. It's difficult to relate. So it's the unfortunate thing about seats of power, because power, right?
Definitely corrupts.
Power corrupts, absolutely. So, you know, in that fashion, it's a lot of luck involved. But either way, I'm throwing Mitch the fuck out because damn it, come on, Mitch. What's the effect on you? What's the effect on the economy when all of this money goes right back into the economy? I mean, a state becomes rich or a county becomes rich when the people of the county have money to pour into the county, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
When the people of the state have money to pour into the state, you can tax us all the fuck you want, but in the end, it won't matter if we don't have any money left to go and spend, because all of our money is going to, you know, our bills. And these people, you know, they just become, or they're already wealthy. It's like a double tax in exchange for a service that oftentimes should be fucking free.
And on top of that, it should be also a flag on the play, because I did a little research on Mr. Mitch, and the man started off poor when he got into Congress.
Excuse me, did you say flag on the play?
Yeah, definitely. Because if anybody researched Mitch, and half these Republicans that are wealthy now, when they started off with nothing. And they used government, their connections and resources, and they became wealthy and forgot that they started off poor too. You know, so now it's all of a sudden is, well, poor people don't deserve anything. Well, guess what? It's the poor people that voted you in, you know.
Yeah.
And Republican or not Republican, there's a lot of Republicans out here. This is poor as us.
Absolutely.
You know, I drive to work every day and I see more and more homeless people every day. Every day. What the fuck is $600 going to do for anybody's rent? And that's even people on low income paying low income housing rent. I know a lady who's post low income housing and her rent is $1,000, and that's low income. So what is $600 going to do? Absolutely fucking nothing. So, well, thank you, Mitch, for the $600. Thank you for fucking us. You know, I know how this go. So people out there who get your little $600, if you can hold on to it. If not, and you have to feed your families, then do what's necessary. But that $600 ain't gonna do shit. And for people like Mitch McConnell and all these other people who feel like people are lazy, my big ass go to work every day. So yeah, fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here with that shit, Mitch. Mitch the bitch, as Baby D said so eloquently. Samuel says it's sad out here. It's sad out there. That's true. That's true. So let's get into something else, y'all. Shit, don't bring me down. It's Motivation Monday. Fuck a Mitch.
Let's go.
No doubt.
I got a question for y'all, my people. Oh, my goodness gracious. Do G's eat M&Ms?
But of course, M&Ms are delicious.
What about double OGs?
Bruh. Oh my goodness.
Who knows what I'm referencing?
I'm gonna take a swing at this pinata here. And I'm gonna say Mr. Snoopy D.O. Double Jizzle. Against Mr. Eminism.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm gonna
make that guess.
I want to see it. Who thinks that it would be a good battle?
I don't.
Snoop will wear that ass out.
Nah, I don't think it'd be a good battle. I think honestly, both of these dudes made their fortune in the rap game. They really have nothing to prove to each other. I think that come up with perspective how Eminem took it and how Snoop said it. I didn't need to have a sit down and just squash that shit because they did too much shit together. They didn't work with the same producers, same record labels, same people in the game. They got a lot of respect on both ends. I think that shit is whack. Honestly, I think the shit is whack. And there's just too much of this bullshit. They just need to, sit down, smoke something, elevate, and talk that shit out. But I think that shit would be terrible. I wouldn't check for that shit. I'm tired of this ignorant bullshit.
DJ Inch High?
There's too much shit going on in this world.
I wouldn't check for it either. I mean, like I said, I mean, they got history together for one. And then, come on now, be real. I think Snoop will wear that ass out. But in the same token, in another angle, which I've kind of lost. I've been drinking, y'all, so excuse that. but in another angle, yeah, they just need to come. I think when it come to verses, I think they need to do more like Ep05 and Short Dog did. Most rappers, I think everybody should do it. Just come together and just talk about the history, where they came from and where they started, and do what they do. It ain't all about who's better than who. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what you put into the game.
Yeah, real shit.
I feel that.
And plus, sooner or later, the race card is going to get involved where people are going to take sides. And a lot of people already feel that, Eminem is already a guest in the game. And a lot of people not checking for him or whatnot. But you don't want to start getting rid of your allies, every now and then, Snoop is smelling himself, and so is Eminem. You got two major egos that's just, like I said, been in the game so long that you couldn't tell them anything anyway. You know, and it's like I said, if you listen to people who grew up in the game and, you know, and what Snoop listened to and what Eminem listened to, you know, I mean, honestly, this shit is ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous, you know.
Baby D
They
said,
need to squash that shit.
got that. No competition.
Well, I mean, as far as popularity, yeah, Snoop will get that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, just like I said, two different races, two different genres. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, honestly, both of them should just stay in their lane and keep doing them.
I think this shit will be the most entertaining, dopest fucking battle in the longest time, but something legitimate that we know wouldn't end in actual violence and real beef. These are two professionals at the top of their game. Two of them crazy dope ass freestylers. Crazy dope. You know, Snoop, one of those dudes that fucking, you know, he freestyled whole albums.
Right.
And a lot of people never even
knew,
thought to think this freestyle. This is a free. That's the level of Snoop's freestyle skills. There's a few other cats in the game that's like that. Most of the real lyricists are real pen to the paper artists. Or nowadays, I don't fucking know, just cell phone artists, whatever. But they write the shit down, you know. I remember Nas saying, hell no, I do not freestyle. He did freestyle a little bit on the radio at the time. I think he was on Power 106 or some shit like that. And he came with some shit real quick, just out of his mind real quick. He couldn't keep flowing like that, though. He said that wasn't his thing. I remember E40 and Too Short. Both said they don't do that shit. You know, nah, we don't rap for free, period. You know, but Snoop is one of those dudes. He go all the way back, way back. Shit, Snoop damn near came out in the 80s, very beginning of the 90s. So shit, he was in the lab putting shit down in the 80s. You know, so he's a real true old school rapper. You know, you always remember like a lot of the intro to a lot of his verses had that shit. You know. In the earliest days of hip hop, he always paid respect to those dudes. Eminem did the same thing, paid respect to all the dudes that came before him. You know, I think it would be something amazing to see simply because you know that they know what it is. It's really about the music. And I think Eminem will welcome such a thing because, I mean, look, he got MGK coming for him. Like, what kind of, I was, you know, disappointed that Eminem didn't just destroy him, but it's kind of like you got to be something to be destroyed. A little something. And I think MGK was just, you know, kind of, you know, I don't even know what to call it. I don't know nobody that was like, you heard that MGK? He dropped some shit lately. I ain't never heard nobody say nothing like that. And that's not a shot at his music or his artistry, because that tells you right there that I haven't heard very much from him since he was with Diddy. And that was only for like a month. Seemed like right after Diddy signed him, he retired and handed Bad Boy off to his peoples. Yeah, and went and did other shit, Revolt TV and everything. But I think it would be dope to see Snoop and Eminem put up a display of real hip hop shit. I think they would have to get very creative because it would be like two left-hand fighters or some shit. I don't know.
Could be.
I think it would be dope to see though, because their shit isn't some song that we want to hear that's gonna be talking about who gonna get killed next and, you know, who gonna pull up first and so when you gonna be without your security.
Right. So in other words, it'll be a similar to the E40 Too Short thing, but in a different aspect.
Just in a different way. In more of that, you know, real hip hop.
Right. I got
love, like I respect you, but I'm better. Kind of like how Busta Rhymes was doing. You saw when him and T.I. was going back and forth. They talked hella shit, but
but it's gonna be some funny shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I think you got Snoop. He's an amazing comedian and actor, and so is Eminem.
Right.
We would really get some valuable free shit out of that. In my
I can see that.
you know, but I feel luck, you know, keep everything peaceful, you know, especially if you just coming up and, you know, life is short and you're willing to do whatever it takes just, you know, for your family or for your friends, for your career, for your livelihood and whatever it takes, often ends up with everybody with guns fighting in a parking lot and some shit, you know, that end like the shit in Chicago end a lot of the time.
Yeah. And,
So
and life is too important.
Yeah.
Life is too important, brother.
Short.
You know,
But they both
I see it
produced
every
by
day.
Dr. Dre.
All right.
They both was Dr. Dre's ace at one point in time. It's just a lot of like
Exactly.
hip hop stuff in it for me. Big Luck, you feel me?
No, I feel you, bro. You know, I just feel like with us, you know, talking about being positive and you know, motivating and everything else like that. This is a time and age where none of this stuff is needed, you know, and we have to love each other. We have to love each other, you know, at this point to survive out here because basically the world is against us, you know. So if we don't stick together in these times, you know what I'm saying, we won't make it. None of us, no matter how strong we are. And I learned what don't kill you make you stronger, but making the same mistakes won't make you stronger, it will kill you. So, you know, we all learned that we have to stick together no matter what the situation is. And these are two artists that just need to stick together and just leave that petty shit alone. And like E40 and Too Short, if they're going to do it on a positive note, you know, but no negativity needs to be involved at this shit at all. At this point, you know, they've been in the game too long.
Right. So we gonna see, you know, Eminem dissed Snoop already, and Snoop's response was that was some soft ass shit. Don't make me respond with a record. So kind of remind me of the pop locking days. You know, you get cut on the dance floor, but with hands. Body your ass in a dance battle and shit.
Man.
It's good to see that kind of shit. But you know, I feel it. I feel it, y'all. Now, once again, it's Motivation Monday. So we got some shit.
The race is on!
Now, I don't know if y'all heard. I'm pretty sure you have. But Swae Lee and Mike Will made it out alive. It's been a lot of little puns and shit like that. They were in a car accident. A horrible one. One that left a Ferrari completely totaled. Shit, damn near unrecognizable, in my opinion.
Right.
Y'all saw that?
Yeah, I seen it.
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
It was crazy.
Yeah. You know, they could have died. They could have died, man. It looked real bad.
Yeah, but whose fault was it?
I don't know. I don't know whose fault it was. Honestly, I didn't even ask.
Right.
Didn't even ask.
That's my question, though.
Yeah. Well, I hate to say it, brother. People who come into money who's never had it and they buying foreigns and all this, I didn't need to get a crash course on how to drive them professionally or safe wise. They need to, you know, they need to get a crash course. I'm sorry, I keep saying crash course. I'm sorry, they need to get professional driving lessons as far as that go, bro. You know, some people just, you know, been doing that shit all their lives, especially kids who had money. But now you just coming into it, and the first thing you say is, I want to buy some fast shit. You know, some fast shit to put on the street.
You can't drive fast on the street.
Yeah, and that's why I need a crash course.
Only in England. What's that? England, I think it is. London, something like that. London, England.
Well, regardless of the fact is, come on, I mean, you know, exactly. Exactly. And then the fact that you wrecked it and totaled it, oh my God. You know how much money, you know how many people could have ate off of that? How many people you could have supported off of that? You know, I honestly, I mean, I may talk shit and I may talk a good one, but I see how bad it is out here, bro. I do. I see how bad it is out here. And just a little bit, you can have a nice thing. You can have nice things or whatever, whatnot. But I feel like right now that money could be put elsewhere besides a Ferrari that you totaled out. That no matter what, even if you scratch a Ferrari or wreck, just kind of like mess up the frame, Profit showed me the pricing on that shit, bro. That shit is expensive as shit. And then once you wreck it, and even if you get it fixed, it's still considered as a total because you wrecked it. Even if you knock the mirror off that bit. Golly, who wants some shit like that? Even if my big ass could fit in one of those things, I wouldn't want it.
Nah.
You know, I'm just glad that they made it out, though, honestly. People talking shit, but a life is important. I'm glad those brothers did make it out, you know. And hopefully they, you know, they learned their lesson about fast cars, but knowing them, they probably didn't. They're probably going to buy another one and wreck that shit, too.
Ooh-wee.
Question: whose car was it? It was sure. Are you sure it was his? Could have been a record labels.
I think it was Mike Wheels.
Okay.
But you know, we don't know.
We don't know.
Personal stuff.
Yeah,
but
ain't those things made out of like paper mache?
Fiberglass.
Shit, as fast as they go, they have to be. They gotta be very lightweight and you know, the carbon fiber shit. I don't know how much of those cars are carbon fiber, but that shit is supposed to be very strong.
Well, I tell you what, Prof, when you buy one and I get in your car, it'll be heavyweight.
There you go. That means you gonna project right out the window with the seat.
First of all, I'll get in your car. That car is not going 60. That car is not going 60 in 3.3 seconds. I'm sorry.
We're gonna be doing the low rider.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You're gonna strip your whole bottom of your car.
They have like the worst suspension for. Well, I don't know about the Ferrari, but I know the Lamborghini. But either way, I don't have one. I can't tell you.
Neither one of us.
I probably.
I remember the funniest shit. A friend of mine that just bought a brand new Corvette. I think this shit is hilarious, bro. A friend of mine bought a brand new Corvette, and he was like, "Look, I want you to get in the Corvette and take a ride with me." I said, "Who gonna get in that shit?" Not me. Now, you chose the wrong car for a brother to try to get in.
Let me tell y'all though, a lot of car accidents are the cause of a lot of lives lost. And
yes,
a lot of people wonder whose state is the worst. So let's talk about it. Who think they state got the worst drivers? I always thought it was California.
It is.
I drive
especially the 405.
States.
Yeah, definitely California. From
Believe it or not,
motorcycle
California,
accidents.
I don't think they were even in the top 10. That scares the shit out of me.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. Scares the shit out of me, y'all. Sound off in the chat if your ass don't live in California and you think where you live has terrifying drivers. Because I know in most states, I don't know about in the city, but I know on the highways, because you know you don't go in every damn city you pass through on, you know, going across the country. You might, you know, visit a few different places, but for the most part, you spend most of your time on the highway, and on the highways, and on the streets also in a lot of places too, for sure. But everybody drives in the right lane, and the left lane is just for passing. That's it. That shit works beautifully. I love that shit. I love it. I spent about 4 months, I think, at one point in time in North Carolina, right? Been driving around the whole time, rental cars and families' cars and all kinds of cars and neighborhoods and different cities, you know, Drove up to DC, drove through Virginia, all that type of shit. Same rule. Drive in the right lane, pass in the left. Get your ass right back in the right lane once you pass the cars that's going a little bit slower than you. And then nobody has a problem. Shit works beautifully. They don't do that shit here. I drove back from North Carolina back to California. And when I got to California after being in North Carolina for that long, I had to pull off the fucking freeway to get my bearings. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers ran me off the fucking freeway. I tried hard too. I was like, oh, I forgot how they drive out here. I got my foot to the floor. Shit still just zoom. Niggas is half in my lane and shit. I said, no.
What, brother?
I had to get the fuck off the freeway. Yeah. I had to get over and just think for a minute and watch that shit. Then I got back on the freeway and then exited and took the street for miles. It take a minute to reacclimate to the kind of driving that we have in California, honestly. But either way, I'll get to some stats for y'all so that we can see, what's really going on.
Vietnam is the worst.
Vietnam is the best.
Yeah, because I almost forgot about, bro. I was in Vegas. They drive terrible in Vegas.
Hollywood say Nevada got the worst.
Yeah, I forgot I was in Vegas, bro. The guy, man. Yeah, Vegas driving out there is terrible.
So look, more than 38,000 people die every year in crashes on U.S. roadways. The United States traffic fatality rate is 12.4 deaths per 100,000 inhabitants. These numbers are like really crazy, y'all.
I see.
I don't even want to talk about half this shit. I just get over here. They talking about pedestrian and bicyclist fatalities. Either way, Ohio has the most speeding tickets and highest number of drivers with incidents on record at 30%. 30% of drivers fucking have tickets for speeding and shit. Ohio is the worst. Maryland, 15% of drivers have at least one or more at-fault accidents. Oh, shit. When y'all driving, think about this for a second. When you're driving and you see like a car where the whole left side is fucked up and they on the right side of you and they get over into your lane, the left lane for them without looking, and you like, see, that's why your car fucked up on that side. You don't use your mirrors. You ain't never seen somebody that hit the brakes a whole lot and it just so happens that they don't even have a back bumper on their car.
Yep.
Yeah. Or there's not a car in front of them at all.
Yeah, you don't know how to use your brakes. Or you see a car, they switching lanes 1,000 damn times and they don't have a whole front on their car and shit. So yeah, that's why. I see. Shit crazy. Either way, North Dakota has nearly 5% of drivers with DUIs.
Wow.
I got a family friend that has 12 DUIs. That's the most I've ever heard.
Only 12?
Only 12.
Wow. Well, that's amazing.
After that, it's almost impossible to even get a driver's license. So I don't think you can get too many more than 12. You get revoked. You know somebody with more?
Well, California is only the number 14.
I told you they wasn't in the top 10.
No, they're not.
So
South Dakota, and
let me tell you about this family friend of mine.
Go ahead.
This for Motivation Monday. So let me throw it up here before I tell this story.
The race is on!
12 DUIs.
Damn.
Yeah. Me and my wife, before we married up, we used to roll with it and drink Seagram's gin, Seagram 7.
Oh yeah, you deserve a DUI for that.
He bought a lot of
Drinking
Seagram
Seagram.
7 at that time, right? And this one time we in the van, he got a big van at that time. And we're going back to the liquor store to get some more liquor, of course, right?
Of course.
And he just turned right in through the traffic like a fucking action movie. You can't dodge cars in a car. Just went. I said, oh my God. I see why you got 11 DUIs. So I'm walking home. I'm drunk. But it's your drunk shit that got me walking this time. I couldn't believe it. So either way, he ends up with his 12th DUI. They make him do a year in jail. I think this was the second time that he had did time behind the DUI shit.
Mhm.
And after that time, he said, fuck it. And I've known this man to be completely drunk all my life.
Not good.
He never drank a beer ever again. Ever again. 12 was, that's it. So congratulations to him. Give that man a hand. That's motivation. He's a true alcoholic. Said, fuck that. I ain't going back to jail. I am not going back to jail. I heard that shit. I got something for y'all, but before we do this, I got to shout out DJ Convo for his mixtape. He just dropped it today. I'm going to put the link up. So I want y'all to go and check it out. I got a track on there. So I'm going to just give y'all a whiff of that real quick, just in case you haven't heard it. And then we'll get right back into the show, y'all.
The homie got caught with the burner. About a minute from the bank. Went into the penitentiary, got out, said he was gonna be changed. But you would check and get up in a couple of wops. I told him, have a good time on the islands and get you some time. Hustling on the block, rushing with with the ops. How the homie called a homie if he had a heart, you never would have to pop. About getting off home in the window and think about how when we grew up, I had the people in the precinct, the choir in the church, classmates, teacher, all trying to bleach my dirt. It's just me. I just wanna know. For real though, my nigga. Why are there so many people in my face? I think I'm gonna get some weather at my wet. They got put all the people in my space to save me or to make me make the people pay. I got the devil on my shoulder, so I pray. And then I shut my eyes and God will plead her case. And mama, I say I'm out of perseverance, patience. She's saving. Sometime I gotta punish. There's so many people in my face. I think I'm gonna get some weather at my wet. They got put all the people in my space to save me or to make me make the people pay. I got the devil on my shoulder, so I pray. And then I shut my eyes and God will plead her case. And mama, I say I'm out of perseverance, patience. She's saving. Sometime I gotta punish them.
Yes, yes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope y'all like that song. Like I said, I'm going to put up.
Yes, sir.
You know, so everybody can go and get it. It's free. You know, for the mixtape.
No doubt. I think we got some people in the chat, bro.
Oh, no, that's a negative. That's a negative. That's your private chat.
That's a negative?
That's your private chat.
Well,
That's DJ
care
Anti
about
saying he'd be right back. DJ Inch High. We're going to get right into
He
this.
disappeared on me.
You know. What'd you say, Big Luck?
He disappeared on us. That's okay.
It happens. It happens. I disappeared a minute ago. but you didn't notice.
Oh, I noticed.
Father and son, the sick and savage fucking Travis and Greg McMichael. I don't know if y'all remember. I'm pretty sure that you do. I thought about playing the video and shit, but you know, not today. Not today. They're the fuckers who, you know, gunned down and killed 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery in Glenn County, Georgia. That fucking video is just as disgusting as the one that had us all fucking going crazy last year. I think if anything is bigger than the pandemic last year, it was definitely the people that marched. Fucked up that, you know, you get looters and rioters and all that type of shit. And the media likes to put spins on all of that shit, but you know, they definitely focus on that shit. And a lot of people focus on it too. But point being, you know, these tragedies plagued us infinitely, and it's nothing new. But this is new. They're asking the judge through their lawyer, among other things that I'm not even going to bring up. I don't even have the fucking, you know, I wouldn't be able to refrain myself. But they're asking the judge.
I'm going to bring that shit up.
Oh, okay. Well, you can bring it up after this, but they're asking the judge to not refer to the victim as victim.
My God. Yeah, that shit is fucking stupid.
That don't make no sense.
They say
that shit is fucking stupid.
The case is open, that you can't refer to him as victim until it is proven that he was, I guess they're saying they're the fucking victims. Isn't that some shit?
Wow.
Let me get into the chat.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna need the chat to speak up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm flabbergasted, bro. I really have nothing to say because honestly, is you fear us so much that they have to shoot us in the back. You know, they fear us so much that we have to run. We have to run, or say, "Please don't shoot me." You know, and we end up getting shot anyway.
Anyway,
it just, Christ. It's hard to be motivated when they're out here killing us. You know, they out here throwing us in jail for any old reason they want to. You know, and trying to stay positive in this world today is a hard thing to do. You know, we try to keep people motivated and said there is a better way, but there won't be a better way until we figure out how to stick together. You know, through these times, you know, and these world that, you know, everything's going crazy in, you know, from the pandemic to, you know, systemic racism. Like it's ridiculous out here, dude. And for these people to say, don't call that person a victim, when you look at that video, that person's a victim. That man didn't pull out a gun and try to defend himself. That man didn't try to swing on you or fight you or anything. That man tried to run from a situation and got gunned down. You know, and then they tell us to, you know, oh, calm down or not do anything, or, you know, that's not the way. Well, damn. Well, what's the way? How do you fight the system when the system's always against you? you know. So all thing I can say is, man, look, put the people, your peoples and God first, who got your back, and you know, y'all can try to figure out a way to work it out. But for these people to sit up here and say, not call that man a victim, you murdered that man in cold blood. That man was a victim. Sorry.
I could understand
apple's an apple, orange is an orange.
Right. I could understand if their attorney said, do not refer to my clients as the murderers. Because a murderer, the word is different than killer. They're still killers. And since you still, because you killed him. You did. You killed him. There's always other ways, right? But you ran up on that man. You chased him down like a fucking George Zimmerman couple, inbred brothers, and killed him in cold blood. He tried to defend himself. It's something that people usually are proud of, right? That's the hero. The hero is the person that fucking defends themselves. And most of us don't even have an opportunity to do such a thing, you know. But the point is, you killed him, and by definition, he's still your victim. He's still your victim. So if that judge agrees with these requests, then we know where that trial is going. If the judge does not, at least we can imagine that we might be dealing with fair judgment in that case. What do you think should happen with that pair of people that followed him and accused him, within seconds killed him? And I would play the video, but I don't want to. The killer is standing there doing an interview with the police with blood all over him. He's getting it in his hair because he's scratching his fucking head. You know. Goodness. I understood what Emmett Till's mother meant by what she did. It was very strong, brave, and meant everything, especially for the civil rights movement and the push to get up out of that fucking era. It's a new era, but same shit still happening, or worse. Or we're finally seeing all the shit that we didn't see before that's always been happening. Who saw the Karen the other day that accused the young man of stealing her cell phone?
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I did. Yeah, but she needs to go to jail.
Unbelievable.
That was ridiculous.
She needs to go to jail.
She needs to.
She needs to go to jail. I'm sorry. You know, look, that's like me running up.
Needs to be fired too. But go ahead, Big Love.
Exactly. Yeah, that's like me running up on somebody. That's like me running up on Inch saying, you stole my Jordans. You wearing them on your feet right now. They could be the same color and the same style. Don't mean they're the same fucking size. But I'm gonna go in there and take this man's shoes off his feet, but like, these are mine. You stole them. Not knowing that I left my shit at home in the fucking box.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you left your shit somewhere else. And there's more than one fucking phone. There's more than one iPhone.
That's what was said.
There's not the only. It's not. There's not the only fucking iPhone in existence.
She left hers in a freaking taxi in New York.
Yeah, in an Uber. Uber.
Yeah. That's what it was. Uber.
Yeah. How come you didn't turn on your fucking GPS or call Apple like everybody else do and say, could you turn on my GPS? I lost my phone so I can fucking track it.
And she refuses, even after this, to apologize. she thinks that she's still, how the fuck are you still right? How is it even possible?
She's a rump fan. She's a rump fan. You can tell she doing the same shit that he be doing.
A rump fan.
Right.
Yeah,
That's that bullshit.
it is. It's straight up bullshit, bro. You already know it, you know. But I mean, we go through this shit every day. We go through this shit every day. You stole this, you stole that. Hell, shit, man, look, I've been accused of taking shit, you know what I'm saying? And I was never, you know, in the room when the shit was taken.
Well, one thing I can say about it, and I agree with Hollywood, we will never be equal to certain people.
Oh, hell no. That's
Never.
out. No matter how rich you are, no matter how educated you are, you know, you can come from I'm gonna say you can come from the Oprahs, you know, where, you know, you was born into wealth or whatever, but you will never be considered equal, you know, not in their eyes, you know. So you're right. No matter what you do, you know, and I mean, honestly, unless the roles was switched, you know what I'm saying? You know, matter of fact, like one of my favorite movies, White Man's Burden. You know, that was one of my favorite movies where it showed racism reversed. You see what I'm saying? You know, you know, and I mean, honestly, bro, the movie was, you know, it was a dope movie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, we're not considered equal, and just like I said, as long as you could be as wealthy as them, you know, same amount of privilege, you know, same amount of education, you know, have the world thrown at your feet, but in their eyes, you're nothing but a slave or a servant. You know,
True that.
and it will actually cost you more money to get out your situation than it will cost them because of the privilege.
Woo. It's real shit.
So what do you have to say to that?
I mean, what can you say, bro, in situations like that? You know, I feel like the best way to beat a lot of these obstacles and things that come up in your life, bro, I'm gonna say it, and I'm a big preacher of it. Education is the key, bro. Education is the key. Knowing where you stand, knowing what steps to take, even if you have to take them a little bit further than the average person to get out those situations, you know. But education, you know what I'm saying, will save your ass in the long run if it's done properly.
Okay, I got one thing to say on that, and I agree with you totally, Luck. But what do you say to those people, especially these young people, that say we've got the education, we've watched our history of nonviolence. Now it's time for us to take action. We done did the nonviolence thing. Now it's time for us to do something really about it and take action physically. So what do you say to them people right there?
As far as this generation, the youngsters, I'm going through it with my kid right now, you know, and I'm gonna be honest and speak the truth on it. My son felt like I try to control his life. He's only 14. He felt like I'm trying to control his life.
You do.
And you know, and I told him I'm not trying to control your life. I'm trying to save your life. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I've made. And especially in this time of era, you can't make those mistakes I made, because guess what? You will get killed out here in these streets. You know, if it ain't nothing but the wrong word being said, you know, making mistakes and not wearing protection, everything that and above, I'm trying to teach him not to make those mistakes. So what he think is controlling, you know, I texted him and told him, I said, I'm not trying to control your life, son. I'm trying to save your life. There's a difference. You know, controlling your life is not letting you do anything at all. It's holding you up by a leash, never letting you out the house. You know, I'm on him about education. You know, I'm on him about how big he is. He's a big guy for a little kid. You see what I'm saying? He's going to be looked at differently because of his size. You know, he speaks, you know, very educated for a kid his age. You know, those things will get him in trouble if he don't know how to present himself properly. So I'm trying to teach him these things and just let him know that, hey, son, look, I'm not trying to control you. I'm not against whatever you choose to be in life. I just want you to be smart enough and not make those mistakes. It's going to cost you in the long run because we're not guaranteed to be here tomorrow or forever. You know, so yeah, you know, so I pray every day that my son will, you know, learn those lessons that I didn't learn and had to learn when I got older because nobody was there to teach me. So yeah, brother, you know.
I agree with you. And in that tone, bro, with the violence thing as far as young people of today, I say this. Violence is not going to solve the whole situation. Now, you got to decide when violence is necessary. That's the whole point right there. Violence is not necessary every single time, but I think it's necessary when you choose the right time to use it. And that's just my insight on it. Go to the chat.
Hollywood says it gets to a point where words just aren't enough. I get violent. Doesn't solve the injustice, but I get that violence doesn't solve the injustice, but it's going to get there. I always look at how we're in this movement, like Hollywood was talking about, equal rights. But now everybody's in the movement for equal rights. But we missed some shit. The original fight was just civil rights. Hey, you ain't got to treat nobody equal. We see where you're going with this shit. How about civil? You know, like a human being. We still haven't gotten there. That's the issue. Civility. Right? Whether you like me or not, be civil. Right? You can be civil with countries, other countries with nukes and shit like that, which keeps the peace in the world with most of the shit going on because they got some shit that we want. Well, we don't want it, but you know what I'm talking about. They want it. They want everything. They even want you to get on your fucking knees in your home in some shape, form, or fashion and subjugate yourself to whatever they want you to do for whatever they want to give you for it or take from you. You know, they say we get an opportunity to vote these people in the positions to represent us, but shit, who really represents us? Right. But the point is civil rights, you know, jumped the gun a little bit, went for equal, still ain't completed civil. I think that's the issue. You know, people want to be treated like a human being. And on that note, you guys, I hope that you let these ideas into your mind and maybe you might be the spark. Boop. Just like that. You never know. And that's Motivational Monday from the cast here at FOH. You know what that means.
Fuck out of here.
It's time for you and
Love
me
y'all.
Fuck you, love you.